My husband cheated on me, and I'm okay with it. I found out in March. He was in the shower, and his iPad lit up on the nightstand. A text from a name I didn't recognize with a heart next to it. I'm not proud of it, but I opened the thread. I scrolled for 10 minutes. 8 months of messages. Hotel confirmations. Her telling him she hated weekends because he went home to me. Him saying, soon. I waited to feel something. Shaking, crying, rage, anything. Nothing came. I put the iPad back exactly how he left it. Face down, same angle. Then I went downstairs and made dinner. Chicken and rice. He came down with wet hair, kissed the top of my head, and I remember thinking, so that's what that costs now. Nothing. After that, I started seeing the whole pattern. The Tuesday client dinners, the gym bag that never had gym clothes in it, the new cologne he said was a work gift, the way his phone lived face down like it owed somebody money. I watched him lie to me in real time for months, smooth as anything. And every time I checked myself for anger, the way you'd check a smoke alarm, still nothing. Once I even tested it. Told him I might have a work trip over Valentine's weekend. He said, take it, babe, we'll celebrate after. He booked a hotel with her 20 minutes later. That's when I stopped wondering if it was serious and started wondering why I didn't care. That scared me more than the affair did, honestly. So I sat with it. And that's when I figured out the actual date my marriage ended. It wasn't in March, it was 3 years ago, October 14th. That spring I'd found a lump on my thyroid. When the biopsy results came in, I took the call in a parking lot and cried alone for 20 minutes. Then I drove home and told him it was probably nothing because he was watching the game and I didn't want to make it weird. Surgery got scheduled for October 14th. That morning he pulled up to the hospital entrance, didn't park, said he had a 9 a.m. He couldn't move, squeezed my hand, told me I'd be fine. I checked myself in alone. The intake lady asked for my emergency contact, and when I gave his number, she asked if he was aware of the surgery. I woke up from anesthesia and recovery and turned my head looking for him. Empty chair. I called 4 times. Voicemail. He was in a meeting. A nurse with kind eyes asked if there was anyone else she could call, and I said no. And she gave me this look I still think about. I took an Uber home with a bandage on my throat and a prescription bag in my lap. He walked in at 6:30, dropped his keys in the bowl, and the first thing he said to me was, what's for dinner? Not how did it go? Not let me see. What's for dinner? Something in me closed that night. Quietly. No fight, no announcement. I did my own bandage changes for 2 weeks. He never once looked at the scar. To this day, I don't think he knows which side of my throat it's on. I stayed because the life was easy and I like my life. House paid off, no kids, I make my own money. We're good roommates who split the chores and watch the same shows. His mother still calls me the best thing that ever happened to him. We host Thanksgiving. Nobody has a clue. I'm not interested in anyone else, romantically or otherwise. I just stopped being married in every way that matters and he never noticed because he wasn't paying attention. He was never paying attention. So no, when I found those texts in March, he didn't break my heart. You can't break something that's already gone. Last week, he finally confessed. Sat me down at the kitchen table crying before he even got the words out. Said it had been going on for 8 months. Said the guilt was eating him alive. Said he ended it. Said he'd do anything. He braced himself for screaming. I said, okay. He blinked. Asked if I even heard him. I said, I've known since March. I read the whole thread while you were in the shower. I made you chicken that night. That broke him worse than any screaming could have. He kept circling the same question. Why wasn't I angry? Why didn't I fight? Did I ever love him at all? And I decided he'd earn the truth. I said, I loved you completely. I stopped 3 years ago. October 14th. He looked lost. So I walked him through it. The hospital entrance, the 9 a.m., the empty chair, the 4 calls, what's for dinner. Halfway through, he tried to defend himself. The hospital said it was routine, and then he stopped mid-sentence because he finally remembered. I watched the date land on him like a building. He's at his brother's now. He texts every night. He'll fix this. He'll win me back. He found a couples therapist. He sent flowers to my office with a card that said, October 14th, I'm so sorry. He calls me crying, saying there's something wrong with me, that a normal person would scream. Maybe. But I sleep fine now. I've never felt lighter. He still doesn't get it. He's not fighting for our marriage. He's grieving one that died 3 years ago. He just wasn't in the room when it happened.